Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Yaz Sen. This is lecture number 12 and topic of today's discussion is fabrication methods of metal matrix composite material. I mean processing of metal matrix composite material. In this lecture, we will discuss different methods used to prepare metal matrix composite material. Key concepts. Following concepts will be covered in this lecture. First of all, we will discuss what is metal matrix composite material, and we will discuss what is role of mixture. Then we will move toward our today topic, that is processing of metal matrix composite material. Metal matrix composite material is prepared by different three methods, or we can say the methods used to prepare metal matrix composite material are categorized into three types. The first one is solid state processing of metal matrix composite material, and then we will discuss types of solid state processing of metal matrix composite material. After this, we will discuss liquid state processing of metal matrix composite material and then its types. Then we will discuss in situ processing of metal matrix composite material, and at the end we will discuss comparison between metal matrix, ceramic matrix composite material and polymer matrix composite material. The data will be presented in a tabular form, and we will compare the properties, methods of processing and characteristics of different composite material, or we can say different types of composite material which are based on the matrix phase. Dear students, we are discussing composite materials. The word composite in composite materials means that two or more materials are combined together in a certain order on a microscopic level to form a new material with different and attractive properties. It means two or more materials are combined together in a certain order on a macroscopic level. As a result, a new material is formed by mixing two or more materials. That new material is called composite material. The new material have unique properties than its constituent components. Alloys are not considered in this category. It means alloys are not a composite material because they are homogeneous on the microscopic level. Remember, composite materials are not the homogeneous material because alloys are homogeneous material which are formed by mixing of two or more metals in a fixed ratio, and composite materials are not the homogeneous material. Composite material consists of two phases. The one phase is primary phase and the other phase is secondary phase. Primary phase called matrix, and the secondary phase of course called dispersion phase, or we can say reinforcing phase, or we can say reinforcing material or reinforcing agent. Primary phase. Primary phase forms a matrix within which the secondary phase is embedded. Any of three basic material types, polymers, metals, or ceramics. So we can say the composite material are of three types on the base of matrix phase. The first type will be called polymer matrix composite material. The second type is called metal matrix composite material, and the third type is called ceramics matrix composite material. Remember, this is the classification of the composite material on the base of matrix phase. If the matrix phase consists of polymer, then the resulting composite material is called polymer matrix composite material. If the matrix phase of a material is metal, then the composite material is called metal matrix composite material. And similarly, if the matrix phase of a composite material is a ceramics, then it is called ceramic matrix composite material. Secondary phase, that the phase which is embedded within the matrix phase, is called secondary phase, or we can say it is called reinforcing agent, because remember, the reinforcing phase is embedded within the matrix phase. That's why this is called dispersion phase. It's present in a discontinuous form. Secondary phase serves to strengthen the composite. It consists of fibers, particles, whiskers, small particles, or the large particles. These may be present in the aligned form or some discontinuous form, or we can say the reinforcing phase will be present in discontinuous form or the aligned form. Composite materials consist of a bulk material called the matrix and a filler of some type such as fibers, whiskers, or particles. Filler, reinforcing agent, also called filler. The other name of the reinforcing agent is filler. We can say the reinforcing agent work as a filler. Properties of composite material, or simply we can say properties of a composite. The other name of composite material is simply composite. As we discussed in previous slide, that composite material is formed by mixing two or more components on a macroscopic level. One component is present in a bulk, that is called matrix phase, and the other component which is present in discontinuous form is called secondary phase or a reinforcing phase. The composite material are well known due to their properties, and the properties of a composite material depends upon the following factors. First one, properties of constituent phases. The properties of composite material depends upon the properties of constituent phases, and the properties of composite material also depends upon the relative amounts of constituents. Properties of composite material depends on geometry of the dispersed phase. It also depends upon the shapes of particles, size of the particles, and particle distribution, and also the properties of resulting material depend upon interfacial reactions between constituent phases. The constituent phases are matrix phase and reinforcing phase. So we can say when the matrix phase is mixed with reinforcing phase, or reinforcing phase is embedded in matrix phase, then there is an interaction between matrix phase and reinforcing phase. That interaction is called interfacial interactions. And these interfacial interactions, these particle interactions between the constituent phases also affect the properties of a resulting material. Role of a mixture. Several properties of the composites may be assessed by the role of mixture, which states that property of a composite is the sum of products of the property of individual constituent and its volume fraction in the component. How can we define the role of mixture? Property of a composite is the sum of products of property of individual constituent and its volume fraction in the composite. For example, if we want to know the density of a composite material, then density of a composite material can be determined from role of mixture. According to role of mixture, the formula to determine the density of composite is dC is equal to dRVR plus dMVM. So we can say sum of product of density of individual component and its volume fraction in the composite, where D stands for density, V stands for volume fraction, and subscript C stands for composite, R stands for reinforcing phase, and M stands for matrix phase. This theoretical calculation can be used to check whether the composite produced has the optimum properties or not, and following properties may be determined by using role of mixture. For example, modulus strength, electrical properties may sometimes be estimated with role of mixture as the first approximation. Metal matrix composite material. Metal matrix composite material have been known since a long time, but have only been recognized as engineering composite material since the second half of the 20th century. Metal matrix composite material, like other composites, consists of two phases. Those two phases are chemically and physically different from each other and suitably distributed with each other to provide properties. Those properties are not obtainable with either of the individual phase. Generally, there are two phases in the metal matrix composite material. One is primary and the other is secondary phase. The primary phase will consist of a metal and the secondary phase will consist of fiber or particle. The secondary phase will be distributed within a metallic matrix phase. Example of some metal matrix composite material. Examples include continuous aluminium oxide fiber reinforced aluminium matrix. This is the composite material in which matrix phase consists of aluminium metal and the reinforcing phase consists of particles of aluminium oxide, or we can say the reinforcing phase consists of fibers of aluminium oxide or alumina, and the resulting composite material used in power transmission lines. It means the composite material which is formed by mixing aluminium metal with alumina fiber. Then the resulting composite material used in power transmission lines. The second example, niobium titanium filaments in a copper matrix. In this composite material, copper works as a matrix phase and the niobium titanium filaments works as a reinforcing phase. The resulting composite material is used for preparation of superconducting magnets. Composite material which consists of particles of tungsten carbide which are embedded in cobalt metal is used to prepare cutting tools and awl drilling tools. Similarly, the composite material which is formed by mixing particles of silicon carbide with aluminium matrix phase is used to prepare parts of aerospace, automotive parts and thermal management applications. Processing of metal matrix composite. Processing of metal matrix composite can be classified into three main categories. There are three categories to categorize the processing of metal matrix composite material. The first one is solid state processing, the second one is liquid state processing, third one is the in situ processing. Solid state processing, the name is describing that the phases will be present in the solid state. This is a liquid state processing. It means the components of a composite material will be present in a liquid phase. And in situ processing, it's a simple method in which A is mixed with B, then AB is formed, which will be used to prepare a composite material. Here is a table to describe the methods of processing of metal matrix composite material. Processing of metal matrix composite material, the processing method are three categorized. The processing method, there are three types of processing methods to prepare metal matrix composite material: solid state processing, liquid state processing and in situ processing. The solid state processing further subcategorized into three types. The first one is power blending and consolidation, diffusion, bonding, and the third one is physical vapor deposition. Similarly, liquid state processing is divided into four categories: stir casting process, sequence casting process, infiltration and spray deposition, and the last one is the in situ processing. Solid state processing method. In the previous slide we discussed that processing method of composite material are classified into three categories. The first one is solid state processing method. The main fabrication method for solid state processing of metal matrix composites are powder blending and consolidation and physical vapor deposition. The first one, power blending and consolidation. Power blending and consolidation is a solid state processing method, or we can say it's a type of solid state processing method. In this method, metal alloy powder is blended with ceramic whisker or the short fiber or the particles in dry condition or in liquid suspension. See here, metal alloy powder. So matrix phase consists of powder of metal alloy and it is blended with reinforcing phase that consists of particles or the short fiber or the whiskers of ceramic material. These both matrix and reinforcing phase are blended in a dry condition or we can say in liquid suspension form. After blending, the mixture is further processed by cold compaction, then canning and then degassing. And after this, consolidation is done at high temperature. There are some oxide particles in volume fraction 0.05 to 0.5% depending on the powder and processing conditions that help dispersion strengthening of the metal matrix composite material. Power blending and consolidation method is usually used for the processing of aluminium and magnesium metal matrix composite. This method in manufacture of metal matrix composite is by first mixing the existing powders of matrix metal and reinforcing with each other. So the name of the method is powder blending. It means both matrix phase and the reinforcing phase will be present in powder form and then there is a blending of these two phases with each other at high temperature. This can happen in the dry condition with the help of dispersion agents and are under controlled atmosphere or by mechanical alloying. The figure on the next slide will show the operational sequence of the powder metallurgy production or we can say powder blending and consolidation. Powder blending and consolidation method. Here is a diagram or we can say it's a sketch which is showing the different steps involved in a powder blending and consolidation method. First of all, this is a matrix phase consists of a metal powder and this is reinforcing phase which consists of a powders of the reinforcing phase. These both powder are mixed and then subjected to consolidation. As a result, we obtain a semi-finished part. This semi-finished part further subjected to forging. What is forging? It's a shaping of metal or we can say shaping of composite material by heating in fire and hammering. By heating the composite material is shaped by heating in fire and hammering, or it can be subjected to extrusion or it can be subjected to rolling. What is extrusion? Extrusion is a compression process in which the working metal is forced to flow through a die opening to produce a desired cross-sectional shape. So the composite material is placed in a container and it is pressed from the top and the material is allowed to pass through a nozzle and that material adopt a specific shape. To obtain the composite material in a specific shape, so it is passed through a specific mold. This process is called extrusion. Diffusion bonding is a type of solid state processing. In this method, the interdiffusion atoms at the metallic surfaces under pressure creates bonding between the metal matrix and fibers. There is a metal matrix phase, and on the top of matrix phase is a reinforcing phase. Then there is interaction, or we can say interdiffusion atoms, because the two layers are present adjacent to each other, and under pressure there is a diffusion between the two layers, between the two phases. That diffusion is called interdiffusion atoms, and this diffusion process occurs at the metallic surfaces under pressure, and this method is widely used for aluminium or magnesium metal matrix composite, which is reinforced with continuous or discontinuous fibers. It means the reinforcing phase is present either in continuous form or discontinuous form. The next method is physical vapor deposition method. What happened in this method? Fibers are continuously passed through a region of high partial pressure of metal to be deposited. The vapor is produced and inserted in the process. Then the condensation occurs at this region to produce a coating on the fiber. So there is a coating of metal on the surface of a fiber. The rate of deposition is about 5 to 10 micrometer per minute. The coated fibers are then consolidated by hot pressing or hot isostatic pressing. It means in physical vapor deposition, the metallic phase, the matrix phase is converted into vapor and allowed to deposit on the surface of fiber. So there is a coating on the surface of a fiber. The rate of deposition is about 5 to 10 micrometer per minute. The another method for the processing of metal matrix composite is in situ processing. In situ processing involves chemical reactions that result in the creation of reinforcing phase within a metal matrix. The reinforcements can be formed from the precipitation in liquid or solid. This method provides thermodynamic compatibility at the matrix reinforcement interface. The reinforcement surfaces are also likely to be free of contamination, and therefore a stronger matrix dispersion bond can be achieved. In situ processing, in situ metal matrix composite is multi-phase material whose reinforcing phases are synthesized by chemical reaction during fabrication. While a conventional ex situ metal matrix composite is fabricated by directly adding reinforcements into its matrix. See, here the point is clear. In situ metal matrix composite is a multi-phase material. Remember, the composite material is formed by combining two phases. One phase is called reinforcing phase, the other phase is called matrix phase. If the reinforcing phase is produced during a fabrication process, and then that reinforcing phase is used in that process to prepare a metal matrix composite material, then This type of composite material is called material produced through in situ processing, because one phase of the composite material is produced during the processing method. If the material is produced by mixing two phases and those two phases are already present, then that processing is called ex situ metal matrix composite material. See, I repeat this. In situ metal matrix composite is multi-phase material whose reinforcing phases are synthesized by chemical reaction during fabrication process, while a conventional ex situ is fabricated by directly adding reinforcing into its matrix. The in situ chemical process has several advantages over ex situ chemical process, such as more homogeneous reinforcements, excellent surface bonding, pure interface, and appears to be a suitable method for preparing metal ceramic nano composite. So, in situ fabrication process is preferred over ex situ processing method, obtaining a more homogeneous reinforcement material and excellent surface bonding as a result of in situ processing, pure interface, and appears to be the resulting material appears to be suitable method for preparing metal ceramic nano composite. In situ is multi-phase material whose reinforcing phases are formed by chemical reaction during fabrication. Ex situ is fabricated by adding reinforcements into matrix phase. Another method to prepare metal matrix composite material is liquid state processing method. In this method, composite material can be processed by incorporating or combining a liquid metal matrix with reinforcement material. The liquid phase route in processing is preferred over solid state processing due to following factors. Those factors include near net shape, like extrusion or diffusion bonding, faster rate of processing, and the relatively low temperature associated with melting most light metals such as aluminium and magnesium. Liquid state processing method is further subdivided into three major categories. Liquid state processing. The first method of liquid state processing is casting. Casting of metal matrix composite can typically be accomplished with conventional equipment used to cast metallic alloys. It is typically used with particulate reinforcement because of the difficulty in casting fibrous performs without pressure. The particles of reinforcing phase and matrix mixture are cast into ingots, and a secondary mechanical process such as extrusion or rolling is applied to the composite to obtain a specific shaped composite material. Stir casting process. The name of the process is describing the mechanism of the method. In this method, the material is stirred with mechanical stirring or manual stirring. In this method, mechanical stirrer is used to stir the contents of a process. Particulate reinforcements are mixed with liquid metal and the mixture then allowed to solidify. Specifically, the pre-treated particles are inserted into the vortex of molten alloy, which is created by rotating impeller. A problem arises during the stir casting process as the reinforcements are not uniformly distributed within the matrix phase, and for some time the reinforcements form sediments in the molten alloy because the matrix phase consists of a metal and present in the liquid form, while the reinforcing phase is present in the form of particles, and when the particles of reinforcing phase are added to the liquid metal matrix, then due to having greater density, the particles can sediments into the bottom. That's why this is the drawback of this method. Generally, up to 30% particles in the size of 5 to 100 micrometer can be incorporated into the metal alloy. Example of this method is aluminium mixed up with particles of B4C. The metal is used 10 to 15% by volume. This is the apparatus which is used in stir casting process. It consists of a tub which is connected with electrical coils. These coils are used to provide heat and convert the solid metal into a liquid form. An electric motor, or we can say stirrer, is hanged within the tub that is used to stir the components of the mixture, and here the particles of reinforcing phase are added. The stirring continued until a uniform mix of particles within the matrix phase is obtained. Another liquid processing method is squeeze casting. Molten metal is introduced in an open die. Open die means it's a mold. It's a type of mold. The dies are then closed so that the molten metal solidifies under pressure within the dies. The heat is rapidly transferred from the molten metal to the dies under high pressure and through the contact between metal and the die surface. As a result, a fine grain casting with little to no pore is produced using this method. See this one. This is a die which consists of a tub, and it consisted of fibrous or particulate preform. See here, the liquid metal is added into the particle of the reinforcing phase, and here is a ram which is used to press the components of the method. This is a schematic diagram of squeeze casting process. The third method is infiltration process. Liquid metal alloy is infiltrated into the porous forms of fibers or viscous reinforcement. The volume fraction of the reinforcements usually ranges from 10 to 70% depending on the level of porosity. Silica and metal based mixtures are often employed as binder to retain the integrity and shape of the porous form. Another pressureless infiltration process consists of reactive or non-reactive infiltration of reinforcement preform. In this process, particulate or fibrous filler is infiltrated with pure aluminium or aluminium magnesium alloy. Alloy matrices may also be formed in this process. For example, when pure aluminium is intermingled with magnesium particles, an aluminium magnesium alloy matrix is formed. The process is conducted in inert atmosphere by using nitrogen gas or argon gas, particularly since the pressure-less process involves long infiltration times at high temperature. When pure aluminium is infiltrated, the infiltration temperatures are between 7 to 800, while infiltration of aluminium magnesium alloy is conducted between 700 to 1000 degrees centigrade. Infiltration is a liquid state method of composite materials fabrication in which a preformed dispersed phase is soaked in a molten matrix metal. This molten matrix metal fills the space between the dispersed phase inclusions. For example, tungsten powder preparation. This is the diagram which is showing the infiltration process of metal matrix composite material. The first diagram A showing that alloy of aluminium magnesium metal is fabricated with filler at 700 to 1000 degrees centigrade under nitrogen atmosphere. And in the below diagram, pure metal aluminium metal is used as a matrix phase and mixed with reinforcing filler under nitrogen atmosphere at 700 to 800 degree centigrade. Then it gives us a metal matrix composite material. Here is a table which is showing a summary of the properties and processing methods are used for preparing polymer matrix composite material, metal matrix as well as ceramic matrix composite material. See this one. This column shows the properties and methods used for polymer matrix composite material, and this column showing the properties and methods used for metal matrix composite material, and this is for ceramic matrix composite material. And here are the properties which will be compared. See this one, modulus. The modulus of polymer matrix is medium, while metal matrix and ceramic matrix is high. Strength, polymer matrix high strength, very high or simply high. The metal matrix high and medium. Density, the polymer matrix lower density, while the metal matrix and ceramic matrix have a medium density. Creep resistance, the first two matrix composite have high value, while the ceramic matrix have lower value for the creep resistance. Fracture toughness, polymer matrix have high fracture toughness, while metal matrix have medium and ceramic matrix composite have low. Fatigue, polymer matrix have high fatigue value, while metal matrix have medium and ceramic matrix have low value. This is a fabrication method. See this one. The metal matrix are produced by solid state liquid state and vapor deposition, or we can say in situ processing. This one, see, solid state, powder metallurgy and diffusion bonding. The liquid state, electroplating, stir casting, pressure infiltration, squeeze casting, spray deposition. And these are the methods used to prepare ceramic metal composite material, and these are the methods used to prepare polymer matrix material. And this table shows the comparison between the properties and the method used to prepare different composite material, which are different types of composite material, e.g. metal matrix composite material, ceramic matrix composite material and polymer matrix composite material. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.